And we're live again. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. My computer completely fucked up, and for some reason I couldn't get back in. Anyway, we're back again. So, Stalinist, a month in to a Trump administration. What do you think?
Oh man, I've been loving it so far, man.
Oh, I think I've been getting pissed and sad at the same time.
Dude, like I said, some of the stuff he's doing, it's all right, but like deregulating Wall Street, that's garbage. Hearing of the environmental regulations, garbage. He wants to intervene more now in the Middle East, garbage. You know, de-escalating with Russia, that's pretty good. I like that. I don't want to go to war with Russia. Do you want to go to war with Russia? No, I didn't fucking think so. So,
well, try telling the Republican Party that, because they damn sure do.
I mean, I love everything Trump does in one way or another. It's just some things I actually like on policy, and other things I just think are fucking hilariously entertaining. Like the ineffectual Muslim ban, that was great, because it was basically him pulling his dick out to the European Union, and I thought that was fucking fantastic.
That wasn't great. Because that just made things worse once you look at it.
Because I don't live in Europe, but from what I can see about the European Union's absolute garbage, and I can't wait for it to disintegrate.
Yeah, no wonder Britain left.
I'm glad. Yeah, that's what's going to start it. That's the thread that was pulled. That's going to unwind the whole fucking thing. That and the Trump presidency, hopefully.
Yeah.
Someone down here smoking some ganja.
I know, right?
Oh, there we go. Now, I'm back. I was only I worked in Romania for a month, and I thought the European Union was fabulous. People from, like, I was in Romania, and I was working with people from multiple countries, and they could just like, hey, I feel like there's better opportunity in this country.
Here's the thing.
I'm going to go work there. Like, I love that. Absolutely love that.
The thing with the European Union is, there's elites in the European Union who are trying to create a European superstate. A centralized European superstate. You could say I'm a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist, I don't give a shit. It's true. That's why they want a European army. Because it's the army that will make them a state, as Sargon of Akkad put it. Because anytime someone wants to leave, the European Union could just deploy their European army to stop that. So the other thing is that all of the legislation is written by people who are appointed, not elected. Which means the legislative power is not in the hands of the member states of the European Union. It is instead in the hands of the elites in Brussels. That is absolute garbage, which means the people in Romania, for example, cannot deny, they also cannot deny any legislation that the European Union writes for them.
I don't know. I don't know that many details about it. I just know that the experience of living there for a while, the people were very happy with it.
Not anymore. Look at the Netherlands. Look, even in France, there's a Eurosceptic community that's growing. The Netherlands is soon to leave. Greece is trying to leave.
Oh, damn.
Turkey wants to join for some fucking reason.
Turkey's a bit.
Greece doesn't want it.
Turkey's a bit
Italy
confused.
wants nothing to do with it. Spain doesn't want anything to do with it.
Well, the thing though, like, England was never fully on board in the first place because I mean they never adopted the euro. They always kept the pound sterling. So
the pound is such a good currency. It can compete on a global scale, just like the U.S. dollar.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can understand that from the perspective, but I don't know, like, Romania still had their own currency when I was there too.
If I was Britain, I would have tried to have done what Norway did, which is this sort of limbo where they're not really a member, but they still reap some of the benefits. Norway is kind of somewhere in between.
Well, you have to remember with Norway, They are a full-on socialist country.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
a lot of people.
Norway
There are a lot of people in the European Union are Denmark, Sweden, Germany to some extent, France to some extent.
Norway. Yeah, but Norway is full-on socialist. The only reason I know that is my former landlord's from Norway.
Well,
define
full-on socialist.
Well, let me put it to you this way: she's lived in the U.S. for over 10 years now. She still gets a Norwegian pension. They still pay her. She's not a U.S. citizen, but she's here legally. She still gets her pension. Every month they send her pension, regardless of that she hasn't lived there in 10 years.
Okay,
I mean, they literally. What I'm saying, I don't know a simple way to explain it. With socialism, you have private-run businesses, but the government subsidizes for the poor. They do that completely.
So what you're talking about is social democracy.
Yeah, that would be a good parallel, but they are.
That's what they are. They're a social democracy.
Yeah, I would call France more a social democracy and Norway more socialism.
No. Estonia is closer to pure socialism. Norway has way more capitalist elements in it than some of the Latvians, Latvia and Estonia.
Well, I'm mentioning Norway because that's what you use.
Well, yeah, just that is the European Union, like, because they're not exactly a member.
But why do you think the European Union is a bad idea?
I just expressed it. It's authoritarian.
Well, why do you think?
Go ahead.
And you don't think Trump is authoritarian? You're
saying
saying that's good and you like Trump.
No, I don't like Trump.
Oh, I'm sorry,
I something he did.
My apologies.
Yeah, I like something that he did.
Okay, I'm sorry, I misunderstood you.
Like I said, his administration so far is a very mixed picture for me, and one of the things I like is him saying "fuck you" to the European Union. Because I think you could say Trump's authoritarian, but the European Union is far more authoritarian because in the European Union, the legislative power is not in the hands of the people. It is in the hands of appointed officials. That's wildly authoritarian.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just trying to get your perspective, if that's the right word.
Yeah. Okay. No, I have no problem. Let's have a discussion.
Yeah.
Brony's opinionated, but he's reasonable.
Yeah.
My problem is, and I will readily admit this, is because I've been so focused on the religious Reich bullshit for so long that the European stuff I could give two shits about.
Yeah, but like I think even here in the United States, a European superstate is a scary thing. They would be a world superpower, and it'd be completely authoritarian. That doesn't sound like that's one hell of a recipe for destruction, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I can see your point, but I think the U.S. would be able to battle that. But
if the European Union and the United States were to go to war, we'd win handily. But that doesn't mean that I want to go to war with the European Union.
Right,
but not that I'm saying that could happen.
Exactly. And that's where, as I say, I've been focused so much on domestic bullshit because I have to be for personal reasons. That part of the equation, so to speak, gets neglected.
No, yeah, I mean, most stuff I concentrate on is usually domestic.
Yeah. Well, I have no choice. I mean, I'm personally impacted by what happens to the ACA. I'm personally impacted by, like, FATA. I'm personally impacted by separation of church-state issues. I mean, I have to focus on that. I live in a butt-fuck nowhereville, and I won't say I'm afraid, but I really don't like leaving my apartment because who's especially now, who's going to take a pot shot? I've already been assaulted twice.
Jesus.
You know, in the past
Where the
16
fuck do you
years.
live?
I mean,
Yeah. He lives in PA too.
Pennsylvania.
What?
Oh,
Yep.
I live in
you and I have
Emporium.
very different experiences then, because I live in
I
Pittsburgh.
live right in the. I'm 3 hours east of you, about 3.5 hours east.
And she's in the middle of the
And-
fucking forest.
Cornfield Fuckistan.
No,
Yes, and-
forest in the mountains.
Yeah, I live right in the blah, 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 Allegheny Mountains. Let me put it to you this way. I've been trying to find the Democratic Party in this town who runs it. Okay, I found out who runs it. Okay, it took me a week and a half to figure out who runs it, and it's a mess. Because like everything here is Republican. Like I tell people that I'm a socialist Democrat, and they're like, "What the fuck's that?" They have no fucking clue what I'm talking about. Okay, when I moved here almost 17 years ago, what this area was known for was that it had one of the highest incest rates in the country. Okay, yeah, that's something we're really fucking proud of. Yeah, seriously, higher than like down south. Okay, I mean, we're basically the powdered metal capital of the Northeast. And when the automotive industry went down, this area just disintegrated. There is nothing. There's the joke is true. There are as many bars in town as there are churches. Actually, there's more churches, to be honest. Okay, I have one grocery store. The nearest, quote, city is 30 minutes away. And you know what the big draw there is? Walmart. I hate Walmart. Yeah, I live in the middle, but I'm from... I miss Buffalo. I'm from Buffalo originally, but... Yeah. It's called...
Yeah,
it's nothing like...
I live in Chicago.
Move to Pittsburgh. It's so much better.
It's nothing like Pittsburgh. Oh, I wish I could.
I've been out to Emporium 3 times now, and yeah, it's
hey,
you're
go ahead. So go ahead.
Deb.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm good.
Yeah,
right.
It's culture shock here for me. I mean, I moved here from Boston, but I'm originally from Buffalo, so I had been up in Canada quite a bit growing up. I lived up there for 3 years, and it's like go to something like Pittsburgh or Chicago, even Buffalo, for fuck state of a city it is. It's like there's no comparison, and literally. If you don't own a gun here, which I don't, I can't. Well, I can now. You're the odd duck. I mean, it's like hunting, fishing. I mean, all that stuff. Not that I'm against any of that, but it's just nuts here. It's nothing like Pittsburgh.
We get looks when we drive up on our motorcycle with the Canadian license plates, and we're like, "Hi."
Yeah, I just saw something on my news feed. Apparently, what's his name? Scott Pruitt is officially the head of the EPA.
They wanted to push the vote through today because the judge ruled that he had to release his emails prior when he was AG of Texas, Oklahoma, wherever he was in charge of the oil bullshit down in the Midwest, and because they aren't out yet, the Republicans wanted to push through his nomination because they know there's bad shit in those emails. So he won't last a month.
Probably not.
Oh.
I don't think any of his cabinet's gonna last a month. I'd give Sean Spicer 6 weeks.
That guy's
Total.
so like he gets like super upset because he gets lampooned, and it's like, you're a dumbass. What do you expect? You can't even get the Prime Minister of fucking Canada's name right.
How the hell? I was gonna ask you that when you brought it up earlier. How the hell do you how do you confuse Justin with Joe?
Because he probably
dumb shit.
because he probably didn't even know the guy's name at all. and was just making shit up like he does.
Listen, me and Joe Trudeau, we're best friends. It's fantastic. It's tremendous. We're best friends. We're gonna work with Canada. We're gonna build the wall.
Yeah. You okay. I love that.
Did you guys see too? There was a picture of Trump holding his hand out in front of Trudeau, and Trudeau's got this oh fuck look on his face.
Trudeau's
beautiful.
no. The look on Trudeau's face was, "You expect me to touch that?" And it was like fucking.
Like,
I know. That's exact. I was like, I said to you, Deb. I said, I really wonder what the real context of that picture is. I think that blatant?
I think Trump.
I'm not sure that Trump was actually gesturing at Trudeau. I think he was just talking in general, and it was the angle of the picture. But still, it's fucking hilarious.
It's like, I mean, as much as I love that picture for how we take it, it being how I do my.
I mean, Trudeau's crazy in his own way.
Yeah, I'm happier with him than I thought I would be.
Yeah.
I did not vote for him. There. I did not vote for. There you go, guys.
Yeah.
Do you expect me to touch that, man? Like, what the fuck's this shit?
He's like, ew. I know where that thing's been. No, I didn't vote for Trudeau, but I'm actually happier with him than I thought I would be. I'm still annoyed that he's so soft on Islam, but there could be worse things.
It's fine. I mean, come on. Just punch him in. Don't be okay.
Well, now, like I said,
join hands and sing Kumbaya all together. It'll be fun.
Well, the refugees, like I said, that we've been bringing in, we've done a really good job at vetting them. We haven't had any issues whatsoever. Our terrorists that we do get up here, they've all been born here. Most of them started out as Christians and converted to Islam at some point. So it has nothing to do with folks coming in as Muslims. Like, I see, when I go to the mall, if I go to one of the big malls here, I will see like 50 women in hijabs and the odd niqab, which I think is disgusting.
Yeah.
But they don't bother me, and like, I'm walking around, I'm tattooed all the shit, I've got cleavage hanging out, I'm wearing atheist fucking t-shirts, and they don't like tell me to put more clothes on, because would they get a earful if that ever happened?
It's like, why don't you wear less clothes? How about that?
I'd be like, take that fucking thing off your head and we'll talk, bitch. But
Well, actually, in the area where I live, there's a lot of Muslims around. There's actually
not a lot of Muslims around where I live.
There's actually a mosque not too far away from me.
There is a mosque nearby. It's about 10 minutes away. And I thought about going to ask the imam questions, but I was afraid I might get killed. So
go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, but we have a very big Muslim community where I live. It's huge.
Yeah, Illinois.
And like we have all flavors. Like we have actually a lot of Somali Muslims. I see a lot more Somali Muslims than anything else. But the ones that I'm assuming are Arabic, I really don't know.
We actually have a slightly off topic. We have a Hindu temple nearby.
Oh yeah, we got all kinds. See, I'm only an hour
and a Buddhist temple. So
I'm only an hour from Toronto, dude. They've got every country you could imagine represented in Toronto. Toronto is one of the most multicultural cities on the planet. You walk a block in Toronto, you will hear 6 different languages, none of which are
English.
What's
multicultural?
Just a little side note. Heretic.
Yes.
In case you were interested, I think Metallica is playing in Toronto. I think in July.
Oh.
Yeah.
I probably won't be able to afford it because I'm going.
I would no. You're not missing anything. You're not missing anything.
I was annoyed with them when they went anti-Napster anyway, but
Oh,
That's
not
all
only
I
that,
found out.
I'm annoyed with them when, as soon as they cut their hair, they turned awful. I don't know.
Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah,
But
they
they're getting old. But hey, Kiss is older, and they all still have long hair. So fuck you.
And Kiss is
But
better.
yeah,
Except
well,
for Metallica's first 3 albums were superb. I listened to that shit all day, every day. But like after that,
like I said, I wouldn't probably be able to afford it anyway because I'm going to ReasonCon in North Carolina in April, and I'm going to go to something called Imagine No Religion in Toronto, which is 3 days long and costs $600 fucking dollars, but I will be able to shake Richard Dawkins' hand. So,
hey,
oh, nice.
that's worth
You
it.
suck.
I'm
By the way,
sorry.
Hey!
does anyone know when the Reason Valley begins this year?
I wouldn't go.
There's
To
a
it.
Reason Rally is only every 4 years, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
and don't go to it anyway.
Reason-
It's garbage.
I'm going to ReasonCon, which is in Hickory, North Carolina, and it's actually really good because the who's who of atheist podcasters show up for that.
Okay,
And
I'm
yes,
sorry. I have to
just
say
gonna
this. Don't go to
Go
any
ahead.
conventions, Ranger. In
Why
my
not?
experience, almost every single one of them is a bunch of radical leftists. Like, just don't.
No, not ReasonCon. Not ReasonCon.
Oh,
Trust me.
yeah, the exception, yeah. Okay.
I went to NanoCon in Nashville last year, and that was fine too. I met David Silverman there and had a really fun time hanging out with him. But no, ReasonCon ReasonCon is not like that at all. And this year they've got Kraus, Arnrod, Dillahunty,
Well, there you go.
a fellow named Jim Craig who was on my Facebook, Callie Wright, who's a good friend of ours, and Shelley Siegel's going to be playing. So
Nice. I need to check that out then.
you should, dude. It's good. Like the I don't know if there's any VIP tickets left because I bought mine like 3 weeks ago and there was like 6 left. But the
VIP are gone.
Okay, because it's only like $100 then. Because the VIP ticket
140
was
for VIP.
140, and that included a dinner with the speakers the night before and free drink tickets.
Nice.
Yeah.
I probably won't be able to go to it, I think, this year because
Right.
during the summer, me and my sister are still talking, but during the summer, might be going on a cruise to the Bahamas.
Ooh. Now, why would you go to the Bahamas in the summer? That's what you do in the winter.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's supposedly the best cheap prices, supposedly.
Well, yeah, because everybody goes when it's cold, because it's like super hot in the summer.
Oh, but
So-
by the way,
Hey.
just quick change of topic. I was watching a Kyle Kalinske video, and apparently on CNN they had like one of Hillary's former staffers, and she actually had the gall to say that the anti-Trump protesters don't want progressive policies. That's the reason why they're not protesting.
What?
I don't understand what the fuck that means.
No.
No, I can play the video.
Like, what protesters are we talking about? Antifa? Like, I could
No,
think.
anti-Trump.
Yeah, I know, but Antifa is anti-Trump.
Oh.
Well, that's sort of why they are so powerful right now. They're not powerful, but I don't know. I'm sorry.
No problem. I'm sure this idiot woman can say it better than I can.
Anyway, I'm going to an Alice Cooper Deep Purple concert this summer.
We saw Alice in town here. Oh, it's like 4 years ago now, but it was a great show.
I saw him literally a couple months ago, but he's coming back with Deep Purple, so I was like, sign me up.
You know what I find amazing is that Alice is a born again fucking Christian.
I know.
Like, how do you?
But it's
how do you-
he's so awesome though.
He is like, how do you reconcile like performing Cold Ethel and Jeebus? Like, that's just, hey, I'm gonna like romance this corpse all over the stage.
That's
but
like
I love Jesus.
that's like Glenn Danzig converting to Christianity.
It's so bizarre.
Yeah, Stalinist, I was just telling everyone in the previous live stream that I'm going to see Joan Jett for the 3rd time in Ocean City, Maryland.
Nice.
Yes. Oh yeah, this is the video I was talking about.
I see this. Kyle Klinsky doesn't look interested, dude.
Oh come on, damn it!
Yay! Yay!
Sorry, let's try this again.
Looks like you're having internet issues.
Nah, fucking yeah.
Something like that.
I hate it.
Not represent what I view America to be. And I think that a lot of this energy is not the base is there, but you are wrong to look at these crowds and think that means everyone wants $15 an hour.
Don't assume this is a policy
Don't assume
push.
don't assume that the answer to big crowds is moving policy to the left.
No, that's exactly what it is.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Well, I don't understand what the point of playing that was. Just some ex-Hillary Clinton staffer fucking lost in their own world.
No, I know. You know me. I like everyone to suffer.
They couldn't be any more. They couldn't be any more fucking disconnected if they were on Pluto. I swear to God.
Oh, by the way, I maybe it's just a rumor, but supposedly Clinton's going to run again for 2020.
Dude, she'll be dead.
No way.
Yes, I heard that.
She's withering.
Supposedly her governmental run for New York State is on, and she's going to use that to test the waters for 2020. Personally, I think she's freaking nuts. She's going to have too much, especially if Julian Castro from Houston throws his money in. Cory Booker's talking about throwing his cards in. I don't think she would have a prayer. I mean, do I like her as a person, as a personality, as a power for women? Yeah, but that's a whole different issue. That's nothing to do.
Gross. What you just said gave me.
You made. Oh come on, Bernie! Why is that so terrible?
Hillary Clinton?
Yeah.
Did she just say a power for women and Hillary Clinton in the same sentence?
Yes.
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 It's about to go down.
Oh my God!
Look at what she's achieved.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting people killed.
Let me ask you this, dude. Let me ask you this, dude. How old are you?
I'm 17.
Yeah, I'm 4 times that. So yeah, Hillary Clinton is an inspiration.
Are you Patrick Festa's sister? He brought up the same shit with me when we talked about Hillary Clinton.
No.
Dude. Come on, man.
Let me put it to you this way. For the past 25 years, they have thrown shit at that woman, and none of it has stuck. She has never been found guilty of anything.
She definitely approved weapons deals to Saudi Arabia, and they used those weapons to
bomb
bomb
shipments. Prove it.
Yeah, her name's on
Prove it.
Her signature's on the form.
Where's
Did
this?
she do anything illegal? Is she in jail? Is she in prison?
The legality
And
does not negate the morality.
I would like to point out that Canada is currently making armored vehicles for Saudi Arabia.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Stop giving that Islamic regime weapons.
I don't like it, but that's the thing.
Everyone needs to stop it.
It's the truth. Yes, I know they need to stop it, but lambasting her for doing it because that's what everyone is doing.
I don't care. If everyone had slavery, I'd still bash her for having slaves. I don't give a shit. But
it wasn't her personal decision, is what I'm saying.
What?
It's not. She can't just
works at a bubble.
It's not
they put it in front of her and were like, "Ma'am, will you please sign this weapons deal for Saudi Arabia?" She made the decision to sign it.
Yes, and what would happen if she didn't sign it? Then somebody with more power would put it through anyway. Because no one...
What's going down now?
At that point, the blood is not on her hands. But she took that anyway.
No one in the West has the balls to tell Saudi to fuck off. And if she hadn't done it, someone else would have come along and pushed it through anyway.
That's the no, what you just said. No one in the West has the balls to tell Saudi to fuck off. That's my problem with her.
That's not her. But that's not
the status quo's dick.
But that's not just her. That's maybe the regime she
We're not
worked
talking
for.
about it. We're not talking about everyone else. We're talking about her.
You can't put personal blame on somebody who was doing their job, who, if they didn't do their job, someone else would have done it anyway.
Yes, I absolutely can put blame on her.
Well, you can do it, but it's not justified.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Under her watch, the weapons left the United States and ended up in Saudi hands.
And like
I don't care if it was her, if it was Obama, if it was fucking Mitt Romney. I don't give a shit.
And we're making armored vehicles because Harper put the deal in place, but Trudeau hasn't done anything about it, and it's still going on. And I don't like it either. But I'm not gonna. But Trudeau wasn't the one that made the deal. Yes, he could. Maybe he could come in and say, stop it. I don't know. But the point is, I'm not going to hold him personally accountable for something that he didn't initiate.
Well, Hillary Clinton did initiate weapons deals with Saudi Arabia. That's my problem. And I don't care who else has done it, because we're not talking about anyone else. We're talking about her. Let's keep the conversation focused.
I'm just saying that you are ascribing responsibility where there's a much broader picture involved.
I know there's a much broader picture involved, but we're not talking about the broader picture. We're talking about one specific instance. And in this instance,
and like I said,
is this woman guilty of what I have charged her with? The answer is yes. End of conversation.
But that doesn't take away from the fact of what she has done on a personal level for women in this country and around the world.
Like what?
I don't give it. Like what?
Like what?
She's a fucking woman. She just ran for. Ran for fucking president of the United States.
You want that corrupt woman, murderer, as far as I'm concerned.
She hasn't been proven corrupt.
What?
And besides,
she's not in jail.
What?
She's not in jail.
She has not been proven. She's not in jail, honey child. Let me put it to you this way.
Jesus Christ.
Michael Flynn just lied to the FBI. He's not in jail. Martha Stewart did the exact same thing. She went to jail. What's the difference?
Corruption.
Until he's proven. Yeah. So.
The corruption.
Yeah, I don't see a difference.
You're. Okay, because there is no difference. That's my fucking problem. My problem is she's mediocre and among the corrupt elites of the world. She's only in it for personal gain. She's a disgusting human being.
They're all in it for personal gain.
That's my problem!
Yes, but
That's all our problems.
At some point, you have to pick somebody somewhere.
And Hillary Clinton was not it. She was by far. She was worse than the rest, in my opinion.
Unfortunately, you guys only had 2 fucking choices. I at least have like 18 choices if I like.
Speaking of choices, one of the other names I heard floated around for Democrat 2020 is Michelle Obama, and I think.
Well, Obama came out and said that Michelle would never run.
Well, hopefully she'll change her mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree too. Cool. They're all crooks, but yeah.
They are all crooks. And this is the thing. Like, I expect a politician to do crooked things. I just expect that out of all of them. Mm-hmm. Now, that
doesn't waver the fact that they did it.
No, it doesn't.
But calling her a power for women just takes that and normalizes it, and I hate it.
In order to be a politician, you have to be a crook. That's how it works.
like someone like me, because I'm very politically minded, and I would love to run for some sort of office at some point, but it would never happen because I'm too fucking honest. I'd be out there, yep, I'm an atheist, yep, I'm pro-abortion, yep, I believe this and that, and I would never get elected because I'm too goddamn honest.
Hell, if I even mention I'm an atheist, I'll end up with a bullet in my head.
Yeah, don't even get to
around
the
here.
part. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, supposedly I moved here so I could have a sex change operation.
Oh fuck. Now
Yeah.
we do have members of parliament who are gay. We have for quite some time. In fact, Trudeau got flack because he went our current one of the current MPs that he put in his cabinet is gay and is married, and they had a new baby, and he got flack because he went to their home and took pictures with the two of them and their baby, and you're gay, and the rest of the country went, oh fuck you, shut up, and that was the end of it. But we don't have any open atheists right now. But like I said, I would, you know, when people run for office, they tend to hide everything that they think people won't like. I'm the kind of person where I would be like, yeah, when I was in university, a bunch of us thought it would be really funny to steal some milk crates from the trash out behind a restaurant. And, you know, yeah, campus police called us in, but we just got a talking to, and, you know, that's it. Nothing happened. And people would be like, oh my God, you stole something, you know. But I'm like, hey, here's my dirty laundry. This is who I am. I want to do a good job for you. But people won't buy that because I'm not willing to put a facade on it.
Yeah. I'm like this even with my own family. I'm a blunt honest guy. I would be a horrible politician.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. And that's the sad truth. It's not right. I think people like us are the people who should be politicians.
Exactly.
But that's not.
I think a prime example is
what is
Bernie
it that
Sanders.
Machiavelli says? Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true.
What it comes down to.
Exactly. I mean, look what happened to Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is pretty much an honest guy, and he got fucked over by the DNC.
Yeah. I mean, like, I actually have zero criminal record, but if I said, yeah, you know, I smoked some weed when I was in my 20s, didn't really like it all that much, but yeah, I did that. People would be like, lose their shit. Well, it's going to be
Obama admitted to doing cocaine. So
well, that's good though. That gives hope, but still, like people,
which is awesome.
People want to vote,
and look at the shit he took for it too.
Yeah,
at least in the right.
People don't want to vote for real people. People want to vote for somebody they can put on a pedestal and a facade. They don't want real people.
Well, I mean, maybe to some extent that's true. Yeah, that's right.
I was
going to say that.
I mean, look at Trudeau.
The population in America, at least, does yearn for an honest politician, and I think that's what they saw in Trump. Now you can argue about the accuracy. You can argue about the accuracy of their perception.
They say they want it, but they never. They say they want it, but they never vote for one, ever.
Example: Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders. And Trudeau. I mean,
I think the population gave it an honest shot this time.
And I hate to say it, but
I think they saw it in Trump.
Please let her finish.
Wasn't there? But
I hate to say it, but Trudeau won largely because of the legacy of his father. Now he's doing a good job, and like I said, he's doing better than I thought he would. I didn't vote for the guy. But let's be honest, people were like, hey, our parents talked about how awesome Pierre was, so Justin's going to be just as good. And that's what went on there. And I kind of feel sorry for the guy a little bit because he's coming in on his dad's coattails. But that's the reality of it. They're not like, oh, yeah, his platform is the best. because no, most people at the time were saying that the NDP platform was the best, but they voted for Justin because everybody wanted Harper the fuck out of there, and they're like, everybody likes a Trudeau, we're all gonna vote for Trudeau and get rid of the fucking Harper, and that's what happened. And luckily it's turned out okay so far. And you have to remember too, we don't have term limits. So if Harper had already been in 12 years, he could have gotten in another 4 and on and on and on. So we had to put a stop to that bullshit.
Yeah.
Your kitty's so cute, Matt.
Oh, thank you.
We have 5, but they're all sleeping.
Oh, geez, 5. I only have 1.
Oh, and
yeah, my sister has 2, and one of them doesn't like me.
Oh no.
He is constantly trying to take swipes at me.
It'll wear off eventually. Once he figures that you're not going to leave, he'll probably let up a bit.
Yeah.
Atheist, are you staying at your sister's house, or?
Yes. I'm paying her $500.
What'd you say, Atheist? I didn't get the rest of what you said.
Oh, I said I'm paying her $500 rent.
Oh, that's not too bad. You got to get on your feet there.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm hoping to get a freaking car before May, before my my concert thing.
Yep.
If not,
Drew have a place
to car.
Does Drew have a place to stay at?
Does who? Yeah, I believe he just did a video yesterday. He says he's staying somewhere at somebody's house. I don't know where, but
all right, because me and him have something in the works.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the video before that, and I even offered. I said, dude, if you need it, I mean, I'll start a fucking Patreon for you, man.
He denied it because he's too fucking principled.
But I can learn.
He denied because he's too fucking principled. God, I love that man.
I know. Black brother from another mother. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he did a video yesterday, and I watched it, and he it was about a half-hour video, and he says he's living somewhere he wouldn't say, but it's somewhere in the same.
He added to this call.
Huh?
He added to this call, Ranger.
Yeah, I did actually.
Okay. Maybe I'll try to hit him on Twitter, see if I can get him in here. But me and him have something in the works that everyone is sure to enjoy.
Oh, good.
We're in one for the long haul. I'm not going to reveal anything yet. It's not ready.
Oh, speaking of things in the works, Stalinist, when are you going to do another Islamist cancer?
At some point, maybe this weekend. Why, you want to do one?
Totally up to you, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
I've been...
I'll have to get some videos queued up, but yeah.
That's one of the New Year's resolutions I have for my channels to do. Hopefully do more Islam videos. So anyone in here and anyone out there, you got any Islam videos you want me to respond to, be my guest and send them to me.
Deb's a good one to ask on that one.
I don't usually watch many pro-Islam videos. I'm more, I want to know the arguments against because I debate it all the time. So I like to learn things that I can throw at them.
Yeah, I mean, I personally don't deal with Islam that much either because obviously I live in America where it's like less than 1%, but I do want to know I do want to know the arguments against it so I know what the fuck I'm doing.
I do want to cover... Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say I do spend quite a bit of time debating it though, and I'm sure if you guys, Brony, you probably know about Masked Arab then. Oh
yeah, I hit him. I wanted to do a very triggering chat with him, but he's too busy.
Yeah,
he did watch my Islamist cancers. I don't know what he thinks of them because he didn't tell me. Awesome. Probably hates them.
Oh, that guy's awesome.
What are your videos hit on? I'm not familiar with your videos. I'm just curious.
I do a lot of Islam videos, tackling Islam. I do want to start doing. I do also do movie reviews too because I like movies and video games. But I do want to start doing more Muslim social justice, as I've been calling it. Places like AHA Plus, but I feel like that doesn't belong under the banner of Islam videos. I think that's a separate thing. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet.
Huh, I might have to check you out. I'm still learning. Islam's not my thing. I've been learning from Deb.
I'm learning as I go, dude.
Yeah, I've been learning from
Yeah.
Stalinist, actually.
A really good book.
I go with the flow.
A really good book that gives you some more ammunition for specific arguments is The Atheist Muslim, written by a friend of mine, Ali Rizvi. He does a whole chapter on some of the more used arguments and the counterpoints to it, and it's really, really good.
You just threw a curveball at me because you were about to suggest to me a book about like tackling Islam, and I was about to say I already read it because I've already read a shit ton of them, but then I didn't. And I was like,
no,
oh,
Ali's book only came out in October, so it's brand new.
Yeah.
It was favorably reviewed at the New York Times by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who's actually still a Muslim, and he gave it a favorable review. So, but that's not because he sucks up to anything. Trust me. Ali is very, very, very ex-Muslim.
I'll have to give it a read. Can I buy it like paperback?
It's on Amazon. I don't know if it's out in paperback yet, but it is on Amazon.
It's hardbound and Kindle.
Kindle. Okay.
I can't read on Kindle or on Amazon. I have to have a physical book in my hand.
Well, no, Amazon sells like physical books.
Oh, sweet. Then
they have
I'm done.
They have the hardbound, but there's no.
Yeah, it hasn't been out long enough for a paperback yet, but it's worth the investment. It's a really good read, and I'm not just saying that because he's my friend.
It's only like 17.
Well, in Canada it costs $35, but I got the CFI discount, so.
Everything in Canada costs more than it does here.
Oh, I know, it's fucking ridiculous. Here.
Your economy's garbage. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I did this.
That's what you're after.
Nice.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah, and it's so if you notice, like the entire edge is full of little like tab bookmark things of that was a good point. Oh, that was a good point.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go see if I can order it right now. I'll be right back.
No problem.
By the way,
hey, Ali, I'm hawking your book, son.
By the way, I don't know if we have any fight fans in here, but I've been seeing a lot of trash talk with Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor.
I heard something about that too.
Oh yes, they've been talking shit to each other, man. I hope that fight does happen so Floyd Mayweather can get his ass knocked out.
Well, is he the one that's
he still fight? God, he was fighting when I was a kid.
Who, Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah.
No,
I don't have TV anymore, so I don't follow him much.
Well, it's just Floyd Mayweather Jr., so it's possible you saw his dad.
Okay.
Oh, that's okay. This is Junior. Okay. I was going to say, yeah, it was his dad then.
Yeah, because if you watched him when you were a kid, that would make him like really old. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I think Junior's only like 41, so
that's still kind of old for boxing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
maybe I wasn't quite that young.
Yeah, what cracks me up is I think Tom Brady's 40 years old and he's talking about going another 5 seasons. I'm like, good luck with that. Like what a fucking goddamn spotlight hog. Like, really, dude?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I live
as much as I can't stand Brady. If he thinks he can do it, go for it. But if he starts sucking, get him out of there.
Yeah.
Ugh. So yesterday I was debating some people in a Facebook group, and this
ordered. It'll be at my house on Tuesday.
Sweet. You'll really enjoy it. It's a really good read. It's partly he does do a bit autobiographical section, but there's a lot of really good anti-Muslim like debate tactics in there. So I think you'll like it. But yeah, I was debating in this group yesterday, and this fucking Nigerian preacher starts telling me that I'm gonna become a
You eat the
wonderful.
poo-poo?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna become a wonderful instrument for God at some point, apparently.
Oh Jesus, that sounds oddly sexual.
Yeah, I know.
That sounds really sexual.
But I've goaded him into agreeing to come on my show to prove to us that his God exists, because he's going to pray in Jesus'
Is this
name.
a imam or a priest?
Oh no, it's a Christian.
Okay.
Like I think he's kind of like a lay pastor or something.
Yeah. I got that.
Yeah. So yeah, he thinks that he can just like pray and God's gonna like make me into this fabulous Christian preacher chick, and I'm like, yeah, no. And so I said, John 14:14 says, if you ask for anything in Jesus' name, it will be granted.
Just to screw with him, you should take some acid right before the show so he prays and he thinks you're having a revelation.
I've never actually done acid, so that probably wouldn't be a good idea.
There you go.
No.
Yeah,
that'd be one hell of a revelation,
then we'd really have problems.
Yeah, I'm the only one that knows how to run the hangout, so that's But
although I'll have my eyeballs by then, so I might be able to actually see what I'm doing.
Yeah, there we go. We'll have to see how that goes.
The thing is, if you do decide to do LSD at some point in your life, there's a strong chance you actually will come out. So you know.
I will come out what? Sorry? You
A lot of people religious people come out and they're like Buddhists and people, it's all kinds of like I mean, I haven't, but a lot of my friends have come out the other side like, oh, I'm a Buddhist now. It's like, what?
Dude, I've been an atheist longer than you've been alive. I in fact became an atheist roughly about your age. So
well, percentage-wise, I've been an atheist longer than you.
How do you rate that? You don't know how old I am.
Because I was an atheist since I was like 6. So my percentage, 80% of my life, I was a yeah, maybe it's about the same actually. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't pretty math. Close. You don't math.
I don't math.
I don't math either, so we're both screwed.
I've been an atheist for 10 years since I was 16. Before that, I was a deist.
I was a deist for a while. Like, there was just one time I was about 12. I was like, maybe there is a God. And then I became super uber fundamentalist Christian for like 3 months, and I was like, oh, wait, I'm an atheist again. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the deist position is at least more honest than the theist position.
It is. Like, I can put up with somebody who's a deist. Because
I can put up with anyone. It's just me and a deist probably have more to talk about than a theist because there's more there. Like, there's more room there for a conversation, I think.
Yeah. I don't come across many deists when I'm debating.
Oh, Rob's a deist.
It's because
true.
It's because deists don't really give a shit. Like,
true, very true.
So like they don't really seek out that sort of debate a lot.
Well, it's like my husband's what I call an apatheist. He says it doesn't matter if there's a God or not, but he practices Zen Buddhism.
Okay. I'm cool with Buddhists. Some of my best friends are Buddhists.
Yeah, I mean, they generally do their own thing, and they don't care what anybody else believes, so...
I actually like some of the things from the Buddhist religion. Like, if I could take that and incorporate it in my life effectively, if I thought I could do that, I might. But I don't think I can do that, so I'm not going to try.
Well, I've been to some ceremonies. Like, we used to go to their New Year's Eve ceremony, and some of it was kind of cool, like where you would write down any negatives on a piece of paper, and then you take it to the... up front, and they would burn it in a big bowl of water for you. Like, they set it on fire and then it would go in the water to go out, obviously, but that was okay. But when they started doing stuff like singing Happy New Year to the trees, I was like, yeah, where's the door? That got to be a little hippie for me.
Damn, that reminds me of my first shroom
I know
trip.
when I was It's like when I was leaving religion and I got sucked back in, going to a quote, say, prayer meeting for lack of better words, and one of the churches I was associated was Pentecostal Charismatic, so speaking in tongues, and I'm like standing there thinking, what the fuck am I doing here? It's like, really yeah, cool. No, that it's like, no.
I still want to try using. Sorry, I was gonna say I really want to try using a Scientology e-meter though, because I think I could totally fool that thing.
I think the machine would burst into flames if I tried it.
Same here.
Well, I found
my speed level is off the charts.
Their stress test is available online, kind of, because I was like, I wanted to see what it would come up with, because I don't find that I have much of any stress in my life, really. The odd little thing, but nothing major. So I wanted to take this damn stress test to see what it would say. But I got to the website, and in order to take the test online, you have to not only give them your name and your zip or postal code, you have to give them your fucking phone number. It's a required field. And then I didn't fill it. It showed you the steps. Once you take the test online, it doesn't give you any results. You have to go to your nearest Scientology center and they'll give you your results. I'm like, yeah, fuck that shit. Especially not getting my goddamn
fake shit
stuff. Yeah. True. But then if you go in, you have to say, oh, I'm Humpty Dumpty or whatever. And yes, my name is Queen Elizabeth II, and I'm here for my stress test results.
I was going to just give him the name of the last Kaiser.
Oh, Wilhelm.
Yeah, Wilhelm II.
Yep, I'm familiar. I be a history nerd.
Fabulous mustache man, as I like to call him.
Well, his was pretty good. I don't know. Was Nicholas's better though?
Tsar Nicholas? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Well, Tsar Nicholas and Wilhelm were first cousins, and Tsar Nicholas and Edward VI were first cousins, but they weren't all first cousins of each other.
Yeah, because monarchies are fucking confusing.
Well, it's because Queen Victoria married all 9 of her children into other monarchies, and there weren't that many monarchies left. Yeah. So they kind of all, like, intermarried. And that's where Tsarevich got his hemophilia from, was Queen Victoria, because she was a carrier.
Well, I didn't know that.
There's your history lesson for today.
Now I want to pull out my Macy book and reread Nicholas and Alexandria.
Yeah.
Sorry. You've got to read Ali's book first.
You know who has the best facial hair at that time, though?
Who?
You know who? Rasputin.
Rasputin, yeah, Rasputin, but he was all gnarly looking, though.
He was awesome looking, dude. And he was impossible to kill, which is nice in my book.
That was.
I mean, they shot him like.
Stalin had the best mustache, though, in my opinion.
Stalin's was boring.
Yeah, but that's a bit later. Yeah.
Stalin's mustache was boring. Like Nicholas and Wilhelm, they had the curly wax thing going on.
Who was the Spanish king with like the really long mustache?
Oh shit!
It wasn't Charles V. Charles V had a beard. I don't remember who the mustache man was.
Are we talking 19th or 20th century?
No, this is like 16th century. He has it on paintings, but it sends out like 4 feet, I swear to God.
16th century was Philip II, and he didn't have a giant mustache. In fact, I'm not sure he had any mustache.
Well, then we're thinking before that. Keep going back.
15th, I don't remember. I'm not sure. See, Tudor period's my period, which is Philip II. I'm not sure who his father was. I'd have to look it up. So,
I don't think, if this helps, he wasn't a von Habsburg.
It would be unusual to have a mustache like that in the 14th century. Really unusual.
Oh, by the way, I saw today that the NFL is kind of having beef with Texas over their fucking bathroom law.
Oh, good.
Well,
Yep.
Excellent.
Like awesome. It's
Never
about time the
mind.
NFL did something right.
The
hey,
states
all I'm
will
saying
never
is my
learn.
team has more. My team has more Super Bowls than everyone else is here. So.
Meh. I
Well,
really
that's because the Steelers face second-rate teams every year, so of course.
Well, we're the best. Shut the fuck up.
That's
Well, we were the best. Chris Haley
Yeah.
has 5 Super Bowls, man. Wait, that was I wish we still had Bettis though.
Yeah,
That was a truck.
most of the Steelers, they got their Super Bowl rings because of Bradshaw.
Yeah, that's true.
No, you guys are basically speaking Greek as far as I'm concerned.
No problem.
I know nothing about sports, nor do
That's
I claim
fine.
to.
Anyway.
As I've said before, I'm even a shitty Canadian. I hate hockey.
Well, who doesn't hate hockey?
Beth.
Hey,
Oh, sorry.
me.
She used to
Sorry.
play
I played
it.
it for 31 years.
Wait.
Nice.
Yes.
Wait, what team are you behind?
Me?
Beth.
I've been a Sabres fan before the Sabres
Oh,
were
fuck
even.
you.
I've been
She's from
before they were.
Buffalo.
I'm from Buffalo, and I was a
I
Sabres fan
know.
before the Sabres ever existed. They were still the Buffalo Bisons of the AHL. And then in 1970, when Punch Imlach came on board and Sabres took off, I've always been a Sabres fan. Forever. Since they
It's
existed.
all Pittsburgh teams for me, man. Pirates, Penguins, and Steelers.
I started to dislike Pittsburgh when they got Mario Lemieux. I mean,
Lemieux was one of our guys.
Yes, he's Canadian, but outside of Buffalo, I don't really have a favorite team. I've just liked hockey. I've played hockey since I was 3. I retired about 20 years ago after I broke my hip, and it was a year before they put the women's hockey in the Olympics. Not that I was good enough to play in the Olympics, but I have friends that have. So I love hockey. Anything hockey.
I've always been a baseball fan.
I like baseball. Mets.
Nothing beats baseball.
Baseball is boring as the only thing more boring than watching baseball is watching golf.
Don't watch it on TV. No, don't watch it on TV.
You
gotta go to a real game.
I have been to several Blue Jays games over the years. It's still boring as fuck.
My only beef with baseball is the game has gone from about an hour and 50 minutes to over 3 hours, and that's just they're not controlling the time. I mean, when I used to go watch before the Bisons were even the Bisons, I mean, games would be over in 2 hours tops.
Yep.
And I know I went to early Blue Jays games, like when they were in the World Series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to. I've seen Montreal play as well, and it's like you're home in 3 hours. Now you're lucky you're home in 6. I mean, it's just they have lengthened the game.
I wonder if that's because of an increase in commercial breaks. I don't know. That's just a shot in the dark.
Well, that's part of it. But if you watch your pitchers and your batters, they're little ploys. And I played semi-pro softball, so I know the game. I mean, they're little routines that they do. Man, I used to get up there, get in the batter's box, stand there, and I was ready to go. It took me all 3 seconds. Yeah, it's like none of this. Oh, I gotta pull this glove up this certain way, and this one up. Now this one again. Oh, gotta adjust my jock. Fuck that shit. I mean,
I was always shortstop,
do the exact same thing, and yeah, it's like you see in there. It's like what the hell? I mean, we went out, we played the game, got it over, got it done with, went out and had our beers. I know the pros don't. Well, they might do that, but I mean, when I played,
smoke weed. Smoke weed, play baseball.
Well, I can't. No, we had drug tests in our league, so if we got caught, we were done. But
I'm not even part of the league. We just go and play baseball. We make our own.
Oh yeah, I was league all the way for both hockey and baseball.
I was for a while, and then
softball.
I became a stoner, and then a bunch of my friends also became stoners. So we were like, well, let's just play on our own. So we go to the baseball fields when no one's there, and we play. And Just last summer,
Yeah. Well,
I broke my knuckle catching a long
I
drive.
discovered I was bipolar and I can't smoke weed because, you know, I kind of like my sanity. But yeah, it's just baseball. I can see why people say it's boring because the games are just
super
between
fun to play.
Like if you're watching on TV. Oh yeah, not that I can anymore. Hell, try to put it on skates. I just go in circles because my one leg's shorter than the other one. Now I probably can't even get the skates on, but that's a whole different story.
Hey.
Right, Deb?
Yeah.
That would be kind of funny to see if I could skate.
Well,
if I can't use my right.
Get your fucking passport and you can come over here and skate at City Hall.
Yeah, you can pick my ass up.
Yeah,
I think they have those like things that they're for kids.
Double runner. Yeah, the double runners.
No.
I remember those.
No. It's like a frame that you hold on to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I probably could do that. The reason I'm joking though, I had a stroke 2 years ago and lost the use of my leg. So my leg doesn't. I mean, I can walk and all that, but I don't think I could skate. I don't have the hip flexor muscles anymore on that side of my body.
Yeah, only football and boxing for me. I'm a Jacksonville Jaguars fan. And as far as boxing, my favorite boxer of all time was Smoking Joe Frazier.
Ooh, good choice. Mine was Sugar Ray. I always like Sugar Ray for some reason.
Robinson or Lennon?
I like Elvis Stoico.
And like that, the conversation has turned to Greek to me. I don't want to fuck.
No, Elvis Stoico is a figure skater.
Yeah.
That's the only sport that I've ever given a shit about because I used to figure skate.
I did like Ken Norton at one time. No, not Ken Norton. Maybe it was Ken Norton? Shit. I'm having a brain fart. The one that does the hamburger commercials. George Foreman. There we go. Duh.
Yeah.
Had to think.
Well, Ken Norton is my second favorite boxer because as far as I'm concerned, he beat Ali twice.
Who's the guy that got his ear chewed off?
Fuck.
Yeah. Fuck. I know this.
Some guy named
one I know.
Oh.
Evander Holyfield.
Yeah.
I was actually out with a bunch of people at a sports bar for dinner the night of that fight. And when the pay-per-view came on, everybody was like, oh, yeah, let's stay and watch the fight. So I was like, okay. And I actually saw that happen. That's the only boxing match I've ever seen.
Oh, great introduction.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
I used to love watching boxing
like
in the 70s when it was a big-time Olympic sport. It was right around when Sugar Ray Leonard came out. I always wanted to box. I've always wanted to box. And I did it like one time and discovered I had a fucking glass jaw.
Sucks to be you.
Okay.
I did before I moved here. I did, I think, 2 months of boxing, and I discovered I have a pretty decent jaw.
Okay, I don't. Guys, I went over to my friend's house. This was probably 4 months ago. I went over to my friend's house. His name was Sage, and he's like way tougher than me because I'm a bitch. And he was like, "Hey, John, you want to box?" And I was like, "Sure," because I was fucking baked, and I was like, "Sure." No. So we go into this garage. He gives me the gloves, and we're boxing. And then he punches me 4 times in the head, and then suddenly I'm on the ground. I didn't feel the impact of me falling or anything. I just ragdolled to the ground and didn't feel it. And then suddenly I was staring at the ceiling, and I was so confused. And I was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah. I can relate to that.
Yeah, he busted up my lip. He screwed up my eye. It was crazy. And now every time he's like, "John, let's box," I'm like, "Yeah, no."
No, I'm good.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Well, never got into boxing.
You know what? I didn't. I did do a little MMA though when I was younger.
I gotta get up for work tomorrow, so I'm gonna cut this short, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, you're such
I got.
But before I do, I will let everyone shout themselves out. Stalinist, go ahead.
Right. Yeah, bloody right. I'm first too. I am the Stalinist brony. I have a YouTube channel in the back corners of YouTube that if you search really hard, you might find it. I do a bunch of Islam videos. This faggot atheist ranger, he shows up on the channel a lot. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So yeah, if you like atheist ranger, you're gonna love my channel because my channel's better. Yeah,
you wish. Matt,
Nah, I got nothing.
okay, Heretic Woman.
Well, Beth and I have the same show, which is Beyond the Trailer Park, which is Mondays at 9:30 p.m. on our YouTube channel.
Sounds fabulous.
It is. This week we are talking to Godless Mama about the
Hey, I've heard.
devil. Well, there's Godless Mom and there's Godless Mama. So Godless Mama's American.
Because I had a few conversations with her on Twitter.
Okay. You might, because Godless Mom is Canadian and Godless Mama is American. And we're talking about Devois and her stupid Secretary of Education appointment. So.
All right, cool.
But and then later, our friend Dave Foda is going to join us, and we're going to talk about apparently light switches and how they were developed as something to do with light and dark and built more. And I don't know, he comes up with these things, but
I don't know either.
And if we're lucky, the following week, this weirdo Nigerian preacher should supposedly come on and prove to us all that God exists. So, you know.
I will watch
God
that.
answers prayer.
That's if I'll believe it if he shows up.
Yeah.
And
if he shows up, I'll watch it.
Yeah, because right after I got him. What's that, Beth?
Go ahead, Deb. I was going to say,
right
hopefully...
Goddamn.
Go, Deb.
No, you go.
No, you go.
Oh,
goddamn.
All right, I said right after I got him to agree to appear, he put a call to prayer out on his Facebook page because he wants help to prove to us that God is real. I'm like, can't you do that on your own, buddy? Like,
no, God is all powerful, but at the same time, his power is dictated on the amount of people praying for one thing at one time. So
apparently, yes.
Not only is it unlimited, but it's also limited. That's how awesome God is.
Okay, Beth, would you like to plug something?
Oh, as Deb said, we're on Beyond the Trailer Park, but I also do blog. It's Havoc and Chaos is my primary blog, which I started posting again, mostly on Dominionist shit and theocracy, and a lot of politics, gay rights, stuff like that. And you can also find me at iScience2U, where I take down scientific woo-woo and medical woo-woo. I'm currently working on the notion that, well, I'm working on two. One is that cannabis cures cancer. Yeah, which fucking one of the 260 plus does it cure? Not any of them. So that's where you can find me. And Twitter.
It might make you very happy. It might make you very happy, but it ain't gonna cure your cancer.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Might help your nausea.
All right. Now, I've watched their show. It has my stamp of approval. It's a good show. Go fucking watch it.
Why, thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
And last but not least,
it's good without having me on it. That's how good it is. So go watch it.
Well,
one of these show better.
One of these days, dude. One of these days.
Is that an invitation?
It depends on the topic, but yeah.
All right. Hit me up. I'm always available.
All right, dude. Okay.
Well, that has been
hey, that's our theme song.
That has been T.G.I.F number 29. I'm Atheist Ranger. And by the way, John, I'm only 7 subs behind you.
What?
Moving on. Yes. And
no, don't sub to him. Sub to me.
Yes. So yeah, if to the audience, if you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, add me on Facebook, add me on Twitter, and you all have a wonderful night.